Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
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 Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gauravakta Vrinda.
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 Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila, chapter 9, text 45. Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Maya Vriksha Haite.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Maya Vriksha Haite.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Maya Vriksha Haite.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Maya Vriksha Haite.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Haya Vriksha Haite.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Vriksha Haite.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Sarva Pranira Upakaro Hoye Vriksha Haite.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Haya Vriksha Haite.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Malihana Vrikshailan Eta Ichate.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Haya Vriksha Haite.
Sarva Pranira Upakara Haya Vriksha Haite. Mataji? Okay, that's okay. Malihana,
Malihana,
although I am the gardener, although I am the gardener,
Although I am the gardener,
Vriksha Ilan,
Vrikshailan,
I am also the tree.
I am also the tree.
Eita,
Eta,
this is
this is
Ichate,
Ichate,
by my will.
by my will.
Sarva Pranira,
Sarva Pranira,
of all living entities.
of all living entities.
Pakara,
Upakara,
welfare.
welfare.
Haya,
Haya,
there is.
there is.
Vriksha,
Vriksha,
the tree.
the tree.
Haite,
Haite,
from.
from.
Translation. And I am acting as a gardener. I also want to be the tree, for thus I can bestow benefit upon all. Purpose. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most benevolent personality in human society because his only desire is to make people happy. His Sankirtan movement is especially meant for the purpose of making people happy. He wanted to become the tree himself because the tree is said to be the most benevolent living entity. In the following verse, which is from Srimad Bhagavatam 10:22-33, Krishna himself highly praises the existence of a tree. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurum Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in darkest of ignorance. My spiritual master Srila Prabhupada opened my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble respect to the Visas and to Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he wanted to distribute this Sankirtan movement, chanting of the holy name, everywhere, all over the world. So he's saying, I am the gardener, I also want to be the tree at the same time, both. The gardener takes care of the tree, offer the fruit. So it reminds me one amazing pastime happened in Jaipur many years ago, Middle Ages, when all deities of Vrindavan, they moved from Vrindavan to Jaipur because of fear of the attack of Aurangzeb, which was a very evil Muslim king. He wanted to destroy the temples, the deities. He was a very bad person. So Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnava took almost all the deities from Vrindavan to Jaipur. And Maharaj Jai Singh, he was the king of Jaipur. He had very good relationship with the Muslim rulers, so they respected him. They will not harm him in any way. So he made nice temple for all the deities, So, and the main deity was Srila Rupa Goswami deity, Radha Govindaji. So, and there was a gardener there that took care of bringing fruit, vegetables for the deities daily, in a daily way. So this gardener had a guava tree, and the guavas were still green, but he was so eager to offer these guavas to Radha Govindaji. He will every day go and put water on the tree and polish the tree, clean the tree, leaf by leaf. He was so devoted, to the service he was doing. And when the guavas became ripe, tomorrow I'm going to offer these guavas for the pleasure of Radha Govindaji. So he couldn't sleep at night. He was so eager, to do the service. And next day morning, the pujari opened the door of the temple. They locked the temple for security, So he opened the lock and everything. And to his amazement, he found pieces of guava and Radharani's mouth and Krishna's and Govindaji's mouth. A branch of the guava tree was in Krishna's dhoti. So the door wasn't forced or anything. So he understood that Govindaji was eager to eat the guavas that his devotee wanted to offer him. So he went and stole it and gave it to Radharani also to try to taste. So we can see that when Maharaj Jai Singh came to know about this, he was very happy to hear that the gardener was a very nice devotee, that the Lord was eager to accept his service. So he gave him more land to make more service to the deities. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the greatest, the most, Prabhupada like say here in the purport, the most benevolent personality in human society. The most benevolent, he was the most merciful. That's what Srila Rupa Goswami in his first meeting with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Allahabad, Prayag, he composed beautiful verse saying, Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tushe Namaha. But although you are Krishna himself, you are more merciful than Krishna, because you came to give something that even Krishna himself didn't give, and that is Krishna Prema, love for Krishna. Your Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's life is full of prema for Krishna, searching always for Krishna. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So much love for Krishna. And he brought the chanting of Hare Krishna to the whole world, Now, the question may arise, if he is God himself, why he didn't distribute his movement all over the world himself? He's God, he could do anything. And Prabhupada answered that question in Adi Lila, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Prabhupada said, because he wanted to give the credit to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Of course, to Prabhupada, he's the founder, Acharya. And before Prabhupada came to the West, he lived in Calcutta sometime, this family. Some of his brothers sometime will come visit him. One of his godbrothers was Dol Govinda Shastri. He was a Sanskrit professor at the university. He's a scholar. And he came to have conversation with Abai Babu. That's what they called him at that time. He was Grihasta. So he asked him, Abai Babu, how this prediction by Lord Chaitanya and the Chaitanya Bhagavat, this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made this prediction. Prithivitya Chinagarada Gram, every town and village, my name will be here. So how this is going to happen? And Prabhupada asked him, do you doubt the scriptures? He said, no, I don't doubt the Shastra, but it didn't happen until now. Because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta sent disciples to London, to Germany, not much success. Only one person, one lady in London, and one man in Germany. That's it. That's all they could achieve. So Prabhupada told him, none of you will do it, meaning his godbrothers, but a fallen disciple of our Guru Maharaj will do it. So he was humbly referring to himself. And why Prabhupada has so much faith that he will do it? Because his Guru asked him to do it. And also, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicted that in the future, a great personality will come and broadcast Krishna consciousness all over the world. So that's the prediction. Also, when Prabhupada was born, an astrologer was called, and he predicted this child at the age of 70 will cross the ocean, open 108 temples. So Prabhupada was confident that he was backed up by his Guru desire, Bhaktivinoda Thakur prophecy, and the astrologer prophecy also. So he had confidence in that. That's why at his old age, he decided I should do it even better later than never. That's it. So Dol Govinda was surprised by this statement by Prabhupada. He said, he didn't mention, he was intrigued by the statement. Anyway, time passed, you know what happened. Prabhupada took sannyas, printed this 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam, came to the West. The movement in a few years spread all over the world. But Dol Govinda didn't know nothing about that. He was living in Cuttack, in Orissa, his town in Orissa. He didn't know. There was no much communication. But one day, he saw a Western devotee in his town distributing magazines. So he was surprised. The first time he see a Western devotee in his life. So he approached him. He said, please forgive me. can you tell me who you are? He said, I am Bhagavad Das, and I am member of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. He said, international? Not only India, no. We have all over the world, Australia, Africa, Europe, South America, everywhere, North America, everywhere. Really? Who did this? Oh, my Guru Maharaj, you don't know? Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He didn't know him by that name. He knew him only as Abhay Babu, Abhay Charanaravinda. No, I don't know him. Oh, here is magazine. Take the magazine. I will give it to you. Here is his picture. And when Dol Govinda saw Prabhupada's picture, he was shocked, He said, Abhay Babu, you did it. You made it. You fulfilled your word, your promise. So, when pure devotee says something, Krishna makes sure it will happen. He will not allow that his pure devotee's promise will be unfulfilled. For example, Prabhupada wanted to have a temple in Vrindavan, and he saw land, empty land. They call it Raman Veti. Only cows will go there, No people much go there. And Prabhupada said, this will be a good place for a temple. What is it, Prabhupada? But nobody come here. Only the cows come here. Prabhupada said, no, it will be nice temple here. Find out who's the owner of the land. And the devotees found out who are the owner. So Prabhupada approached that man. He has a wife, he's married. So he explained to him, I would like to make temple this and this land. Can you please donate the land to me? He said, oh, you're a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Yes, we are spreading the movement of Lord Chaitanya all over the world. So we will bring many devotees from all over the world. Oh, that's a very nice idea. Okay, I will give you the land. So well, that was only by word, not written. So time passed, months passed, nothing. So Prabhupada sent one disciple, go and find out if he's gonna give the donation or not. We need to know. So this devotee, he went to the house of that Vaishnava and reminded, you made a promise to my Guru that you will give him this land. Are you gonna fulfill your promise? And Gaudiya and the Vaishnava said, well, yes, I want to, but I also promised the land to another Vaishnava who want to make a temple for Krishna also. But you promised our Guru first, so you must, He said, well, let my Thakurji, my Radha Krishna Diti decide. So he wrote in 2 pieces of paper. One piece, yes, the other, no. I mixed it together, put it in front of the deities, and told the devotee, you choose one of them. If it say yes, the temple is for your Guru. If it say no, no. So the poor devotee was praying, please Krishna help me, I want to do this service for Prabhupada. So he was praying like that, and he closed the eyes and took one paper and said yes. So that's why we have now Krishna Balaram temple in Vrindavan. Because a pure devotee wanted temple there, Krishna made sure it will happen. So this is, and this is also Lord Chaitanya's desire that this movement will spread all over the world, every town and village. So it is happening and will continue to happen. Nobody can stop this movement. Prabhupada said from the outside, but from the inside, if devotees don't cooperate, fight each other, then will be trouble, will be problems. So Prabhupada said, you will show your love for me after I leave this world, how you cooperate among yourself to spread this movement, to maintain what I, at least maintain what I created. If you can expand more, at least maintain what I created, So this is the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and it's very nice that the tree is so much praised, even by Krishna himself in the 10th canto. Because the tree, he gives shade, he gives fruit to everyone. And tolerate, the verse by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Tnyadapi Sunichena, Aradapi Sahishnuna, Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sadahari, that one should feel oneself lower than the straw on the street. One should be more tolerant than the tree, devoid of all false prestige, and ready to offer all obeisances all to others. So, actually, do you know that Gorkishore Das Babaji said that or Siddha Pranali mantra, that Babajis, they give mantra for meditation to think oneself gopi. But sometimes, most of the time, they give to people who are not qualified. So that means themselves not qualified, if they can't discriminate. But Gorkishore Babaji Maharaj said, for us, our Siddha Pranali mantra is this mantra, Trinadapi Suniche. That is our mantra to achieve perfection. He said, don't try to Jai Kushara Ishvara Ki He said, don't try artificially to meditate on Radha Krishna Lila. Rather chant the holy name without offenses, and in the course of time, the holy name will reveal everything, Krishna's form, qualities, and pastimes. In due course of time, when our chanting becomes pure. So one may think, wow, it is very difficult to feel oneself lower than the straw on the street, It's not an artificial thing, Once Prabhupada was visiting a Toronto temple in Canada, and a new devotee, of course now he's only a Japataka Maharaj, and at that time he was a new devotee. And in front of Prabhupada, he said, Prabhupada, I am the most fallen. And Prabhupada told him, you are not the most anything. Because artificial, we should not try to be humble artificially. It comes naturally when the devotee makes spiritual advancement. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that it's not so difficult to think oneself lower than the straw on the street, because the soul size is smaller than the straw on the street. So the Bhagavad is explained by Krishna, the size of the soul is very, very, very minute, very tiny. So the straw on the street is bigger than the size of the soul. So it's not difficult to think oneself lower than the straw on the street. And be more tolerant than a tree. Sometimes they ask me, well, what about if I can't tolerate? I said, then don't tolerate. If you can't tolerate, you have to defend yourself or argue, whatever, then do it. I mean to say, but you are missing the opportunity to practice, because once a devotee asks Prabhupada, I'm a very proud person, how can I be humble? And Prabhupada said, by being humble. So you got the opportunity, you must try, we must try. When the opportunity comes, we must try to put it in action. Like for example, if some devotee point at you some of your shortcoming or defects, whatever, you say, oh, thank you so much for letting me know how to improve myself. Please tell me more, I need to know more how I can correct myself. Rather than say, no, you also have many defects. Defense, trying to defend oneself. No, like that. And in the Mahabharata, it is said that if somebody unjustly criticizes you and you do nothing, you tolerate, you don't counteract, the pious activity of that person passes to you. If you don't protest, if you don't defend yourself. if unjustly you're accused, then that will happen. You will get all the pious activity of the other person who's attacking you. So it has some benefit to be tolerant. So the tree is a symbol of tolerance. It's not that the tree are self-realized or anything like that. It's just a symbol of tolerance. And Mahaprabhu, Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, once he was with the devotees doing big Sankirtan party, chanting for many, many hours, devotee dancing in ecstasy, inviting all people to take part in the Sankirtan movement. And when the Kirtan stopped, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked the devotees, are you hungry? Yes, we are all hungry. What do you like to eat? Oh, we would like to eat mango. But was no mangoes season at that time, no mango season. But Mahaprabhu said, find me a dry mango seed. So they got a dry mango seed. He sowed it in the land, put water in it, and immediately a tree started growing. In a few seconds, a big tree full of mangoes. A big mango like that, the skin very thin and the seed very small. And he offered all the mangoes to Krishna, and he gave to each devotee mango, a huge mango. One mango would satisfy one person. And after the devotee, to their full satisfaction, ate that mango, the tree disappeared. So they were explaining among themselves that Lord Chaitanya is teaching us how this material world is an illusion. It is created, maintained for a certain time, then disappear. It is destroyed. The same way, everything in this world is like that. No? So, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so munificent, so kind, so merciful. And I mean to say, he came in the mood of Radharani, which is very soft-hearted, to distribute this love for Krishna to everyone, So it is very important that we have to follow the process. There is a process to be followed by the acharyas, by the shastra, by the Guru Parampara, by the sadhus, how to achieve this Krishna prema, It's not artificial, because Nitya Siddha Krishna prema is in the heart of every living entity. It is just covered by Raja Guna, Tamaguna. So the heart must be clean first. That's why the first verse of Shishastaka, Lord Chaitanya said, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, first clean the heart. By this chanting of the holy name, cleans the heart, the mirror of the heart, from dirty things, So every day, if we clean, suppose you haven't cleaned a room for 10 years. When you want to clean it, and you see so much dust, and when you start cleaning, so much dust come out, you get panic. No, I can't clean this room, it's too much. No, one should every day take some dust out. And in some few days, the room will be clean. The same way we've been in this material world for so many lifetimes, and so much dirt is accumulated in our mind and our heart, because it's the same mind, taking us from one body to another. The same mind. The body is changed, but the mind is the same. So to purify the mind is the challenge for devotional life, how to make the mind clean, how to make the mind pure is the challenge. And this only can be achieved by intense practice of chanting the holy name and absorb oneself in the Shastra and Krishna's pastimes, and try not to see so much the news, The other day at New Mayapur, one devotee was giving the class, and he was saying about some rich man, his son married his son in India, and some famous artist came and he paid them so much money. And what this has to do with Srimad Bhagavatam, you know? So, and he himself said, oh, maybe I should not see so much the news. So, yeah, I mean to say, Prabhupada himself said, don't read the newspaper, it's a waste of time. No? Of course, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta used to read the headlines. He will use it for preaching, you know, to know what's going on in the world, to preach, you know, according to what's going on. But not as that like you stay 1-2 hours reading the newspaper, wasting time like that. So we have to be practical, you know, we have to be intelligent enough to pray to Krishna to give us the intelligence. You know, when Giriraj Swami asked Prabhupada, you are now here with us, but we can consult with you any doubt we may have. But in the future, when you will not be here with us anymore, what we shall do? If you need, Prabhupada said, pray to Krishna to give you the intelligence. So Krishna sitting in the heart is guiding every living entity. He knows the desire of everyone. According to their desire and their qualification, Adhikar, he is giving, providing what they need. So, like Lord Jesus said, if you ask your father for bread, he's not gonna give you stones. So, if we ask Krishna's help to make further progress in our spiritual life, he will help us if we are sincere. That's Prabhupada said that's the most important thing in spiritual life, sincerity of purpose. Let me read one more verse. Text 46. Ahoy Shambaram Janma Sarva Prani Upajivinam Sujanasyaiva Yesham Vai Bimukka Yamti Nartinaha. Just see how these trees are maintaining every living entity. Their birth is successful. Their behavior is just like that of a great personalities. For anyone who asks anything from a tree never goes away disappointed. Purport. According to Vedic civilization, Kshatriyas are considered to be great personalities because if anyone goes to a Kshatriya king to ask for charity, the king will never refuse. The trees are compared to these noble Kshatriyas because everyone derives all kinds of benefit from them. Some people take fruit, others take flowers, others take leaves, others take twigs, and others even cut the tree. And yet the tree gives to everyone without hesitation. Unnecessarily cutting trees without consideration is another example of human debauchery. The paper industry cut many hundreds and thousands of trees for its mills, and with the paper, so much rubbish literature is published for the whimsical satisfaction of human society. Unfortunately, although these industrialists are now happy in this life by dint of their industrial development, they do not know that they will incur the responsibility for killing these living entities who are in the form of trees. This verse, quoted from Srimad Bhagavatam, was spoken by Lord Krishna to his friends when he was taking rest underneath a tree after his pastimes of stealing the clothes of the gopis, Vastra Harana Lila. By quoting this verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us that we should be tolerant like trees and also beneficial like trees, which gives everything to the needy persons who come underneath them. A needy person may derive many advantages from trees, and also from many animals. But in modern civilization, people have become so ungrateful that they exploit the trees and animals and kill them. These are some of the sinful activities of modern civilization. So Prabhupada is criticizing very strongly modern civilization for so materialistic, exploiting, killing unnecessarily so many trees, so many animals every day. They kill thousands, millions of animals all over the planet just for the satisfaction of the tongue, diseased tongue. They want to test the blood. So that's the people are diseased. People are unfortunate because they forgot God. They forgot their relationship with God. So to spread this Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya is the greatest kindness, the greatest benefit, the greatest gift. Before coming here, I was in New York. I went to visit the first ISKCON temple in 2nd Avenue. It's called Matchless Gift. The devotee wanted to take off the word Matchless Gift. Prabhupada said, no, this is very good name. That's what we actually are giving. You can't match this gift. A matchless gift. This is the greatest gift to humanity. To give them the holy name, to give them knowledge about their soul, about Krishna, their relationship. That is the greatest gift. So such small temple storefront, Still devotee, they do 3 programs a week in this temple. Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And from there started everything, this small storefront. When Prabhupada registered the Society of ISKCON, some friends, they suggested to Prabhupada, why call it Krishna consciousness? Better call it God consciousness. It will be more easy for people to understand. Say, no, people don't know who is God. So I'm going to have to explain to them that Krishna is God. So must be Krishna consciousness. And they asked, but why international? We only have this temple. There is no more temple. Prabhupada said this movement will spread all over the world. Prabhupada knew. Actually, one day Prabhupada was sitting on a bench in the park in New York. He was alone as he was beginning. And one American man sat next to him and started having conversation with him. And he asked him, are you a monk from India? Yes. And do you have a temple here? You have followers here? Prabhupada said, yes. We have thousands of followers. We have hundreds of temples, millions of books. Only time is separating us from them. Prabhupada has such faith. No? Prabhupada said, my disease is that I can't think small. Prabhupada compared that to hunter rhino, white rhino, not just any rhino, white rhino. If you fail, it's always very difficult to catch a rhino, but if you succeed, so big achievement, no? So once Tamakrishna Maharaj asked Prabhupada, your grandbrothers went to London, why you decided to come to America? Prabhupada said, well, I thought if my godbrothers failed in London, if I'm going to fail, that'd be somewhere else, not the same place. Prabhupada said, it's Krishna's miracle. I mean, I'm an old man selling my book to buy some vegetables and some dal to survive. And suddenly this movement exploded over the world. That's Krishna's miracle. Of course, Prabhupada used this instrument because it's pure in his heart and his desire, surrendered fully to his Guru instructions. So Krishna used him as instrument to do this miracle. It is actually a miracle. I mean, even great religionists, they said about Prabhupada, they said, it is the first time in the history of the world something like that happened. He said, okay, you may say, okay, Jesus Christ also, he collected people and put them to preach. But they were the same people from his own community. They knew him. They spoke the same language. No? They follow the same scripture, but Prabhupada was bringing something completely different. Nobody knew what it was about. And not that he was selecting special people to broadcast as well. Anyone who comes, little training, go open temple there, go open temple. That was the movement started. Without money, without nothing, just depend on Krishna. Surrender. That was amazing. So, I was sent to open some temple also myself in Spain, the island Las Palmas. We went there, we started a temple there, an island, South America also. It was a great adventure, the greatest adventure. You may find danger, you might find difficulties, but I mean to say it's so nice, no? This feeling to depend on Krishna in any circumstance. And miracles start happening. You start hearing stories from devotees. Amazing things happen, you know. How they get help, you know. Krishna sent people to help them in difficulties. No? So thank you very much for the opportunity to speak about this wonderful movement of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Jananda Maharaj, for your association. Out of brief, but very nice.
Are you staying for a few days?
I'm leaving today,
Oh,
around 1:30 to
plane?
yeah, plane flying to Spain, Malaga, for Janmashtami there. They invited me. They're expecting at least 500 people to come. Westerners.
Maybe a lot of Indians too.
No, they said mostly Westerners. The majority used to be Indians, but not anymore.
Still a lot of Indians.
Yeah, but
I was there last year.
last year?
Within the last 2 years.
Okay, some India, of course, still there, but there are also a lot of Westerners coming too, which is good, you know, which is good that Prabhupada said we should preach to the locals, you know.
The Indians are locals.
But there are locals everywhere.
They're more locals than the Westerners.
That's true. It's their culture. So it's more easy for them because it's their culture, you know. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj,
Yes.
¿puede contar un poco sobre el movimiento ahí en Caracas, en Venezuela?
She's asking me if I can say something about the movement in Caracas, Venezuela. Okay, I can share some anecdotes from that time.
Of the old days or the new days?
The old days, no?
Uh-huh.
How the movement started there.
Yeah.
Okay. I will give you briefly explanation. My godbrother Harry Das, Lanchester, is a famous musician in South America. He went to visit friends and family in Israel. His parents are from there. So, and he met one young man who came from India, and they have conversation, and the man told him, if you want to know about spiritual life, I advise you to look for Bhakti Yoga. So he became interested because they have nice conversation about reincarnation, karma, and so many things. So next day he went to look for him, he was already gone. But then, walking on the street, he saw a magazine and the cover said Bhakti Yoga. He immediately took the magazine, opened the page, and there was the address of the temple. The first temple in Israel by a couple, American devotees couple. He immediately wrote the address, and there was no buses because Saturday nobody works. But he took a taxi, went to the temple, and he met them. They introduced him to everything Krishna consciousness. Everything, the books, the prasad, the kirtan.
Do you know who that was? Which devotee were American devotee?
I don't remember their names, but he mentioned it to me, their names. The couple, devotee couple.
Usually it was couples who opened.
Yeah, Prabhupada sent couples.
That was in like the early mid-70s.
Yeah, right. Prabhupada said this is the first time in the history of the Sankirtan movement, because traditionally the wife will stay at home, the men go out preaching.
All the centers were opened by Green Hospital.
Yeah. Even Prabhupada sent the three couple to London to open the first temple there.
Sydney, the same
And
thing.
Prabhupada was so proud of his Grihastha disciples that what his sannyasi brother could not achieve, they achieved. You know, so.
Probably even got Tamal Krishna Maharaj married for, opening centers in Europe.
Yes. So, anyway, when he returned to South America, he brought with him Bhagavad Gitas and the tapes, Prabhupada giving lecture. He brought everything he could. So he started with his friend, the musicians, they started coming together, they read Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, and do kirtan chanting Hare Krishna like that. So they sent a letter to the Mexico temple, was the first Spanish-speaking temple, asking to send somebody to open a temple in Caracas. So eventually Prabhupada sent one disciple's, I can't remember his name right now, Chichukananda. He sent Chichukananda. But before he came, other devotees arrived first. That was Hanuman Swami. He was from Canada with 4 American devotees. They were in Trinidad. They were preaching in Trinidad. And the government kicked them out because they were giving books on the street, chanting on the street. So they said, which country is the nearest? Oh, Venezuela. So they came to Venezuela. And they met the devotees and they started the movement there. They arrived at the end of 72, which means the movement started in 73 in Caracas. I met the devotees in 73 and I joined the temple in beginning 74.
Was Hanuman there then? Hanuman was there then?
No, he went to open temple in Argentina. When Chichukananda came, he left and Chichukananda stayed to be the first temple president, like that. And I remember my first day in the movement. You can't imagine how austere it was. There was nothing. You have to put like a straw mat and the pillow is your arm and 20 devotees, only one shower. They have to put out on the open air some showers. And we didn't have tilak to put on. Nobody went to India. So we were using a shoe polisher brand called Griffin, white for polishing. We would put some tilak with that. And we were so pure, we didn't have a toothpaste. The temple commander had a toothpaste, and we make line, and he will give a little on the finger to each one, That's it.
Nobody had toothpaste in London. We just had salt and mustard seed mixed together. And only one pot for everybody. You had to dip your brush into the same pot. Everyone dip your brush into the same pot. No one had their own.
Not very clean. At least I give him the finger. Some of them put a little more on this TV propaganda. Only small little is enough. Anyway, and first day I came to the temple. Next day they show me how to put dhoti. They give me a bag of magazine, big Sankirtan. What shall I tell people? Krishna will give you intelligence. They didn't instruct me how to do it. I just have to find out by myself what to tell the people, So, and then problems start happening. There were some groups, new groups from Christianity and from India also. One group called Guru Maharaji. One guy, he called himself Krishna. He's Krishna. So he will dress like Krishna. And he will go on a stage and he will take put water on all his followers, and he had anyway, crazy guy. he used to love to eat ice cream. He has a big car with ice cream.
It was small.
Yeah, small one guy.
Very chubby. Very
Yeah,
chubby.
and at the end he left with all the money with his secretary, female secretary. Anyway, another group was called Children of God.
Oh, yeah.
And the man who invented this movement, he was a Bhakti in the San Francisco temple. But he didn't like the regulation, no illicit sex. So he started his own movement. And he misinterpreted the Bible that when Jesus said, love each other means have sex with each other. He misinterpreted like that. Everyone with everyone. Big family, one big family. So they will use the young girls to seduce men to bring them to their movement. So the parents protested all this, nonsense. So they decided to investigate all the new movements. The police would riot temples without notice. And when they came to our temple, they raided the temple. They entered with their boots, the temple with machine guns. And they searched everything, everywhere. They didn't find anything wrong. They still said, we have to take you to the police station for further investigation. So I was a new devotee at that time. They put us in a, big police car, 20, 30 devotees. But before we left, the temple president told the police, we haven't finished our spiritual program. You allow us some time, only half an hour, no more. So the temple president asked Piravaho Prabhu, one of our godbrothers, to translate from the Krishna book, because there was no Spanish at that time. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, nothing. Only Sri Upanishad and other small books. So Virabhava Prabhu opened randomly the Krishna book and started with the chapter, Kamsa start his persecution. Oh, wow. We all laughed, So he was reading, Kamsa persecuting the saintly people like that. Anyway, so in jail, we took the Mridanga kartals and we took some newspaper we put on the floor. We said we're doing kirtan inside jail, inside the jail. Noontime, some outside devotee brought us some prasad because we were no breakfast, nothing. So we asked them, give the police who arrested us, give them prasad to them also. And to the other inmates who were other cells. And the police were apologizing to us. We're sorry, With so many criminals out there, we are wasting our time with you. We know you are good people, but we have to follow orders, so sorry, they apologized. And in the evening, they released us because no charges. But next day on the newspaper, in the first front page, it said, Hare Krishna temple raided. They found weapons, machine guns, and things like that. It was lie, wasn't it? They did it to sell more newspaper. Then next day, a lawyer came to our temple. He said, I am a lawyer, oh, more trouble. No, I come to help you. I'm not going to charge you money, nothing. I see this is very unfair they did to you, So he forced the newspaper to deny the false information about weapons. What happened, it was interesting that sometimes bad people attack the temple, Molotovs, eggs they throw at the wall. Bad people. So we asked police protection. They said, we can't protect you. You hire your own, security. So we hired one man, and he has a rifle, But most of the time he would fall asleep. One night a thief came in and he stole the rifle from him. And the devotee have to, fight the thief and get back the rifle, So when the police raided the temple, they found this rifle. We explained to them, this is from our security, it's legal, no? But they took advantage of that to make mass weapons found it. So the lawyer forced the newspaper to rectify their misinformation. He forced them. otherwise we will sue you, you know. So they have to say no. But people stand in their mind after years, oh, you have many weapons in the temple. And say, yeah, our weapon are the book, take one book. This will change your life. Hare Krishna. I mean,
Quando Srila Prabhupada came?
Prabhupada came in February 75 to the temple. We didn't advertise much because the government wasn't so favorable. Still, the temple every night was packed, 150 to 100 people every night. Although we didn't advertise much. People by word spreading, you know, like that. And Prabhupada was giving Bhagavatam class in the evening. He said Bhagavatam can be given by other devotees in the morning. He stayed 1 week, 7 days. He liked the temple very much. Anyway, the rest of history. I mean, we used to go and travel in Sankirtan. We didn't have money to pay hotel or anything. We will sleep on the beach, in the sand, or in the same truck. We have a van, big van. We sleep there, whatever. Very austere, very a lot of austerities. In the morning, we'll go to the gas station for shower. And they have this, what you call the very strong water coming, you know that.
Oh, Karcher.
Huh?
Karcher.
Yes, that, and we were gamcha like that. It was crazy, you know. Very austere life. But we were very, very inspired by Prabhupada to preach, give the books to everyone, bring them to Krishna consciousness. Every week we make new devotees, every week. Come with us. We'll collect people from the field, bring them to the temple, make them devotees. It was like very much inspiration going on, you know, to make more devotees, to distribute more books. Was everybody fired up. So, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Lord Premanandi. We should revive this fire. Hare Krishna.
Bhakti Sundar Goswami Maharaj ki.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Lord Premanandi.